7b2, 1190 and 110 BC. New settlers. Change in the building technique. The use of the orthostats in order to strengthen the lower courses of the walls. Destroyed by fire and left. Troy 8, 700 to 350 BC. Repopulated by Greeks from Lesbos and Tenedos. Remains of the Hellenistic and pre-Hellenistic periods are visible. The Temple of Athena with its altar, built in Doric order, is the most prominent remain, later taken over by the Romans. Troy 9, 350 to 400 AD. The city is spread and covered with the whole Mount Hisarlik. Emperor Augustus rebuilt the city. The Temple of Athena was the most important building. The Bouleuterion Theater and the Auditorium all dated from the Roman period. Trojan War. This is the legendary war between the Greeks and the Trojans. Brief story of Trojan War. The war is among the most important events in the Greek mythology and was narrated in many works of Greek literature, including Iliad and Odyssey by Homer. Iliad relates a part of the last year of the siege of Troy, while the Odyssey describes the journey home of Odysseus, one of the Achaean leaders. Other parts of the war were told in cycle of epic poems, which has only survived in fragments. Episodes from the war provided material for Greek tragedy and other works of great literature, and for Roman poets like Virgil and Ovid. The most famous tale in Homer epic about Trojan War and the wooden horse. On the mainland of Greece, in that time the most powerful king was Agamemnon. His residence was at Mycenae. At the time, the inhabitants of Greece called themselves as Archaeans, Danaans, or Argives, not Greeks or Hellenes. Agamemnon has married Clytemnestra, daughter of Tyndareus of Sparta, and sister to Helen. Helen was the most beautiful woman in the world. She had married with Agamemnon's brother, Menelaus, who became the king in Laconia. Two brothers had a great power in southern Greece. On the other hand, in Troy, Laomedon was the king of Ilios, the son of Ilus, who has given his name to Troy. Laomedon tried to cheat the gods of their rewards. He would not give up the immortal snow, white horses sent by Hercules. But Heracles sailed to Troy, attacked and captured the city. Laomedon and his sons were killed, except the youngest, Podarces, survived. Podarces was released and took a new name, Priam, as a young king of Troy, and the city restored again. Priam ruled over the Troy successful 3 generations. He had 50 sons and 12 daughters. His elder son was the great warrior Hector, and his younger one of the sons, Paris, was the important instrument in the Troy history. The famous myth tells Ares, Strife, had thrown down a golden apple for the fairest at the wedding of Peleus and Thetis, and Zeus, king of gods, couldn't bring himself to adjudicate an ensuing dispute between his queen Hera, Athena, goddess of wisdom, and Aphrodite, goddess of love. The goddesses were led to the Trojan Mount Ida, where Priam's most beautiful son Paris was living. Hera offered him lordship of all Asia. Athena, victory in war and wisdom beyond any other man. Aphrodite, the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta. So the Paris go to Sparta to give the apple to Helen. Menelaus, husband of Helen, gives a feast for him. Whenever Menelaus left from there to see the king of Knossos, Helen and Paris run away and sailed to Troy. When Menelaus heard that what happened, he begged his brother Agamemnon to take revenge. The king sends envoy to Troy to demand Helen's restitution, but envoy comes back with empty hands. Then Menelaus collects an army. In the story, great heroes were Achilles, Odysseus, Ulysses, and Ajax. At Ulysses, the army seers read the signs that Troy will fall in the 10th year of the war. Then Menelaus' army sailed to the Asia Minor, and in error attacked Teutrania in Mysia, opposite of Lesbos. But they had mistaken according to Trojan territory, and the army were beaten at the mouth of the Caicus River, and then driven back to their ship by Telepus, king of Mysia, an ally of Troy. The Greeks assembled again at Aulis, but they were windbound and unable to sail. Winds, hunger, evil harborage, crazing men, rotting ships, and cables stopped the Greek army. Because Agamemnon had offered Artemis his most beautiful daughter, she had to be sacrificed to change the fortune. In order to win favorable winds for the journey, Agamemnon sacrificed his daughter Iphigenia to Artemis. The winds came and the fleet sailed to the Trojan War, which lasted for 10 years. After the death of many heroes, including the Achaeans Achilles and Ajax, and the Trojans Hector and Paris, the city fell to the rules of the Trojan horse. The Achaeans slaughtered the Trojans and desecrated the temples, thus earning the gods' wrath. This victory brought only more suffering to Greeks. They were split up by storms and lost their way to return home. Agamemnon, the king of Greeks, was killed by his wife. Pleioctetos was expelled from Thessaly by rebels. Few of the Achaeans returned safe to their homes, and many found colonies and distant shores. The Romans later traced their origin to Aeneas, one of the Trojans, who was said to have led the surviving Trojans to modern-day Italy. Many scholars believe that there is a historical core to the tale, though this may simply mean that the Homeric stories are a fusion of various tales of sieges and expeditions by Mycenaean Greeks during the Bronze Age. Those who believe that the stories of the Trojan War derive from a specific historical conflict usually dated to 12th and 11th century BC, often preparing the dates given by Eratosthenes 1194 and 1184 BC, which roughly corresponds with archaeological evidence of catastrophic burning of Troy 7a.